Well, we could talk about AI-powered smart glasses, but let's talk song. Today I'm going to react to and analyze The Last Great American Dynasty by Taylor Swift. Is it dynasty or is it dynasty? Or does it depend on British and American English? I don't really know. I will find out in a second if the word is in the song. The song was suggested by channel member Leia Morris, as well as regular viewers Victor, the Fairy Child, Shaya Kiartanskona, and Robert Thompson. Before we start, let me quickly thank the Patreons and songists making this even more fun for me. Thanks to Andrew Morgan, Hugh MSE, Maya Unfinished Ideas, Jonathan Ribeiro here on YouTube, and JC Prince of Wales, Amy May, Jennifer Grinder, as well as Lena over on Patreon. If the rest of you also want to contribute financially, please check the links in description. Without further ado, let's get going. Step 1, find the tonal center. So the note that we hear is certainly a D. We don't really get anything else, which is why it's kind of tricky to spot the context. Maybe we are in D major, maybe we are in D minor, maybe we are in something totally different. What's interesting is that cool rhythm that we are going to analyze before moving on, because I believe that this rhythmic motif might play an important role in the course of the song. Okay, I don't really know where the 1 is, where the downbeat is.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny.
Is it something like this, right? With with 2 eighth notes and then the rest kind of being offbeat, syncopated ideas. Might be. It's really difficult because I don't really know where the downbeat is at the beginning. Maybe we will find out in the course of the song. Next step is find out the chord progression of what I believe is the verse.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train.
No, we are still in step 1. I remember this now, that we have to find the tonal center first.
Rebecca rode up.
I think we are in the key of G major.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny.
A bit confused.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny.
Okay, I think we are in the key of G major, and I think we have got G major, A minor, and C major progression. 1, 2 minor, and 4. Might also be G mixolydian. We don't really know that yet, because we can also have C as the tonal center, C as the Ionian center. I don't really know. What's cool is the harmonic rhythm with that anticipated second chord.
Rebecca rode up on. Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny.
Right? With the A minor being anticipated and rushing a little bit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, it's only the A minor and not the C. Melody.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train.
Okay, this is proof that we are in the key of G Ionian and not G mixolydian, because we hear the F sharp in the melody.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train.
Right? G, D, F sharp, and G. So we start with the very characteristic fifth leap. Rebecca rode up to the afternoon train, and then we resolve this melody by going from the F sharp up this whole half step, to the G.
It was sunny.
And this "it was sunny" as the short line answering this Rebecca rode up to the afternoon train. I imagine a repetition of that melodic motif and a couple of rhymes.
Her salt box house on the coast took her mind off St. Louis.
And I don't get it. So we have got a new melodic idea answering this.
Her salt box house on the coast took her mind off St. Louis.
Okay, so we reduced the range, now only having a major 3 as the range. Remember that we started that thing with the dip. So now we have got a salt box house on the coast took her mind of St. Louis, right? Still no rhymes. Maybe now we will get repetitions and mirrorings of this composition.
Who was the heir to the Standard Oil name?
Yes. Shoreline answering this.
And the town said, how did a middle class divorcee do it?
Okay, now we get the payoff and we close the rhymes, I believe, as well. So, in terms of lyrics, we start with Rebecca rode up to the afternoon train. It was sunny. A salt box house on the coast took her mind of St. Louis. Really beautiful change between stressed and unstressed syllables, making this metric rhythm very fluent. Bill was the heir to the Standard Oil name, first rhyme with the afternoon train from the top, and money rhymes with it was sunny, and the town said, how did a middle class divorcee do it? That does rhyme with St. Louis. Really, really cool that she gives us the payoff only later. So what we have is 6 lines in total with a relatively unusual ABC rhyming pattern, with the B lines being super short. Those are the it was sunny and money lines.
Wedding was charming, if a little gauche. There's only so
Okay, same chord progression, new melody. Simplified melody, not starting with that hooky 5th leap.
the wedding was charming, if a little gauche.
We are in that major 3 range that we had in that second line or third line idea from the verses.
There's only so far new money goes.
Repeat the line instantly and finding rhymes sooner than in the verse. Is that pre-chorus here?
They picked out a home and called it Holiday House.
Interesting that now she would give us the payoff with kind of switching the ideas, where we first have got the major 3rd idea that we had last in the verses, and that 5th leap with that F sharp going to the C also being the afterthought. The wedding was charming if a little.
The wedding was charming, if a little gauche.
The wedding was charming if a little gauche. I don't really know what gauche is. I know that is a French word. There's only so far. Please tell me what gauche is in the comments. Thank you. There's only so far new money goes. Really soon payoff in terms of rhyme. And then we have they picked out a home and called it Holiday House. Not so much rhyming, because house does not rhyme with goes at all. Really cool alliterations with all the H sounds, right? They picked out a home and called it Holiday House. Was that second verse half that plays with that ideas, was that already pre-chorus? I don't know.
The parties were tasteful, if a little loud.
Okay. The parties were tasteful if a little loud is certainly the same idea as the wedding was charming if a little gauche.
The wedding was charming, if a little gauche.
Yes?
Doctor had told him to settle down. It must have been her fault.
We expected this.
It must have been her fault his heart gave out.
Melodic variation that is prosodic. I'm going to explain in a second.
It must have been her fault his heart gave out.
Right? So there is no power to go back up. It must have been her fault his heart gave out. Because the heart is giving out, it's losing energy, which is why the movement of the melody has to go down to that sad E idea. Lyrics of that second half of what I now will call the pre-chorus, for lack of better terms. The parties were tasteful if a little loud. Very cool alliteration with little and loud. The doctor had told him to settle down. It must have been her fault his heart gave out. Now, her does get a lot of stress, but in that case it makes a lot of sense because it's her fault, right? So, yes, it's only a tiny word that doesn't really mean anything, but it needs the stress. It must have been her fault and not anybody else's.
And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty.
Cool, and we start this chorus, I think, with a pick-up melody line, new chord progression, so let's find that first before we do melody analysis.
And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty.
Okay, I think we have got a D, B minor, C, and G progression. That would be 5, 3 minor, 4, and 1. We could argue that it's a Mixolydian chorus because it starts on the 5. Melody goes like this.
And they said,
this is the pickup, right? And they said,
there goes the last great American dynasty.
So dynasty, not dynasty. Again, that major third range that we know from the verse already. There goes the last great American dynasty. Right, with a lot of stress on that 9 of the scale off on the A.
Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been?
Okay, it's certainly a rhyme. Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been? It's a bit shorter, right? And we don't get the resolution. We don't go down to the root melody note where we had, and they said, there goes the great last American dynasty. We really land home. Now, the answer to that is, who knows if she never showed up, what could have been? And she doesn't go home because what could have been is a question mark, right? And we don't resolve that. We don't want to make that a sentence. We want to make that a question, which is why she needs to have this kind of unresolved. Really cool. And also, it cannot be rhymed prettily with dynasty.
There goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen.
Okay, and then we have got again resolving beautifully.
She had a marvelous time ruining everything.
Interesting. Fourth line that leaves this idea and pattern with
She had a marvelous time ruining everything.
but repeating ideas from the second line, because again we land on the 9. She had a marvelous time ruining everything. Really unresolved tension there, which makes it really beautiful. Lyrics. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows? Really cool that she also would consider the beginnings of the lines and rhyme them accordingly, because who knows does rhyme with there goes. If she never showed up, what could have been? There goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen. She had
a marvelous.
Okay, and for the beginning of the line, we leave that who knows there goes pattern, but instead have this bim, ruin everything. And this everything is certainly a rhyme that goes back to dynasty, could have been, and ever seen. Loose rhymes because it's not really beautiful, it's not really resolved, so loose rhymes make a lot of sense here.
She had a marvelous time ruining everything.
Oh, and
She had a marvelous time ruining everything.
interesting. I didn't spot this, so I have to go back to the chords because it might be more complex than I gave it credit at the beginning. There goes the grass that also with the fourth chord anticipating, also with the G, right? Bum, dum, dum, dum. So we have got this progression twice, the D to B minor to C to G. Now I think we do weird stuff with it.
There goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen.
We stay on the C. There goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen, nor ever seen. Right? So we don't go to the G and then
Marvelous time ruining everything.
we do the chord progression from the verse for one time. Dun, 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 which in a way ruins the chord progression from the chorus because it's different and might be another prosodic element of the song here.
Rebecca gave up on the Rhode Island set forever.
Same ideas as in verse number 1 with that fifth leap. And that short line answering.
And all the bitch pack friends from the city.
And this major third idea. Everything we know from verse number 1.
Pool with champagne and swam with the big names and blew through the money on the boys and the bad.
Interesting. So second verse half, we speed things up considerably. Leaves the pattern and does this here.
Filled the pool with champagne and swam with the big names and
we rush things there, right? Staying in that major third range, but introducing new melodic and rhythmic ideas.
blew through the money on the boys and the ballet.
Right? Blew through the money on the boys and the ballet. Sixth leap, something we know from Taylor Swift songs.
Non-card game bets with Dolly.
Certainly not going back to that fifth leap that we knew from the first verse. Interesting way to speed up in your second verse. Let's look at lyrics. Rebecca gave up on the Rhode Island set forever, flew in all of the bitch pack friends from her city. And now we don't get the payoff. We don't get the second verse half that resolves everything, but instead we start something new. Filled the pool with champagne and swam with the big names. Internal rhyme with champagne and big names. We could also say two short lines. And blew through the money on the boys and the ballet. Let's listen to this to spot the rhymes.
Filled the pool with champagne and swam with the big names and
Okay, it's champagne. Champagne should be it.
blew through the money on the boys and the ballet.
Ballet. Yes, so champagne, big names and ballet certainly go together, and then we have got Dali and losing on card games bets with Dali.
They said, there goes the
Last Great American Dynasty. Who knows? She never
showed
should.
up what could have been. There goes the most shameless woman this town has ever seen.
Now the maddest woman becomes the most shameless woman. Tiny change in the lyrics.
She had a marvelous time ruining everything.
That's interesting.
She had a marvelous time ruining everything.
So again, it's ruined because we expected that short progression from the verse. She had a marvelous time ruining everything. But now it's she had a marvelous time ruining everything. So stay on the chord progression. Again, playing with the expectations and deceiving them.
They say she was seen on occasion.
Okay, this is certainly a primary bridge, certainly very Taylor Swifty. Let's find the chords.
They say she was seen on occasion, pacing the rock, staring out at the midnight.
I think A minor, E minor, G, and D. A 2 minor, 6 minor, 1 and 5 progression. It's interesting that she would always go down a fourth, right? From the A minor she goes down a fourth to the E minor, and she does the same thing from the G to the D, creating a beautiful symmetry there. Melody.
They say she was seen on occasion.
Right, it's they say she was seen on occasion. Pentatonic melody, leaving out this F sharp, and a melody that goes down, but then does the fifth leap at the end.
Pacing the rock, staring out at the midnight sea.
Right, another fifth leap, something that we know from the verse, but resolving differently.
And in a feud with her neighbor.
Simplifying things and going back to that major 3 idea.
She stole his dog and dyed it key lime green.
With really funny lyrics. They say she was seen on occasion, pacing the rock, staring out at the midnight sea, and in a feud with her neighbor, she stole his dog and dyed it key lime green. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. with occasion and neighbor very loosely rhyming with each other, and therefore forming an A-B rhyming pattern with occasion and neighbor as the A lines, and midnight sea certainly rhyming with key lime green. Very, very well.
50 years is a long time. Holiday house side quietly on that.
Okay, we still are in the primary bridge. The melody now does
50 years is a long time.
my major third idea.
Holiday house side quietly on that beach.
Fifth idea.
Free of women with madness. The
Okay. Same ideas throughout.
men and bad habits. And then it was bought by me.
Okay. Lyrics of this second half of the primary bridge. 50 years is a long time. Holiday house set quietly on that beach. So the recurring theme of that holiday house. Free of women with madness. Madness is something that we've seen before. Their man and bad habits, and then it was bought by me. Okay. Interesting. Very, very short new chord progression that I think is a 5-1-4-1. Yes, so we have got D, G, C, and G, always with that harmonic rhythm anticipating the second and fourth chord.
Who knows if I never showed up, what could have been?
New chord progression and ideas from the chorus. Who knows if I never showed up, what could have been? Right? It's that landing on the 9.
Here goes the loudest woman this town has ever seen.
We keep that progression for idea development of chorus lines. Interesting.
I had a marvelous time ruining everything.
And what was that?
A marvelous time ruining everything.
Keep the chord progression. 5-1-4-1.
I had a marvelous time.
Octave above, but same melody. It's always that major third idea.
Ruining everything, a marvelous time. Ruining everything, a marvelous time. I had a marvelous time.
And ending on that floaty C major on the 4 chord of the G Ionian scale, and with the line I had a marvelous time, not ruining everything because she skips that answer. So I had a marvelous time is a relatively optimistic ending to everything. Lyrics and song by Aaron Dessner and Taylor Swift. This was the Last Great American Dynasty, and I'm sure we can take away valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number 1 is about harmonic rhythm and anticipating the second and fourth chord. This is what Henning and I, in the almost but not quite complete guide to songwriting, called the Bon Jovi, because Bon Jovi likes doing this a lot, right? With taking the second and the fourth chord of a progression and anticipating, making it fresher, making it rushed a little bit in a positive sense. So something that you should definitely consider when writing chords, especially, to think of harmonic rhythm as a tool to set your song apart from boring ones. Songwriting learning number 2 is about motif development, melodic motif development in the verses. She does something really beautiful, introducing that first line.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train.
And introducing that fifth motif that is going to remain important for the rest of the song. Then she has this tiny answer. And then she keeps that major third idea that also is important. Right? And what I really liked is in this idea here, the wedding was charming if a little gauche.
The wedding
Gauche.
charming if a little gauche.
Right? She starts with that major 3 motif, and then she takes this fifth idea as the answer.
They picked out a home and
picked out a home and called it Holiday House, and then we've got the fifth leap as the answer, reversing or changing the position of those two melodic ideas, something that is really, really thought through and valuable, something that we can also learn from. And songwriting learning number 3 is about reharming very, very important lines. In that case, it's this: she had a marvelous time ruining everything. And they ruin everything by introducing a new chord progression every time around. So in the first instance, we had established in the chorus this new chord progression with 5, 3 minor, 4 and 1. And the she had a marvelous time ruining everything suddenly goes back to the 1, 2 minor, 4 that we know from the verse. In the second instance, they don't do that and instead stay on that chorus progression with 5, 3 minor, 4, 1, always with she had a marvelous time ruining everything. So same melody, new progression, and the third time around, and then she kind of plays with this a lot. It's also I had a marvelous time ruining everything at the end. This is something that I've just spotted, where we have got the third progression with 5, 1, 4, 1, okay? Tiny variation to the chorus thing that normally would have been 5, 3 minor, 4, 1. Now they have got 5, 1, 4, 1. So only the second chord changes. And this was my live reaction and on-the-fly analysis of Taylor Swift's The Last Great American Dynasty. Thanks to channel member Leia Morris, as well as Victor the Fairy Child, Chaya, Chiara Tanscona and Robert Thompson for suggesting this song. Let me also thank the active songists and Patreon supporters: Andrew Morgan, Hugh MSE, My Unfinished Ideas, Jonathan Ribeiro, JC, Prince of Wales, Amy May, Jennifer Grinder and Lena. If the rest of you also want to contribute financially, please check the information in the description. I guess we've talked song. You can talk about AI-powered smart glasses now. Bye-bye!